Okay, so picture this. You have spent the last 3 hours crafting the perfect feature. The code was clean, it is efficient, it is working on your local, it is kind of perfect thing that you wanted to build, and you go to commit it. Run a few commands, maybe a git reset you thought was right, or a force push to clean up your history, and then poof, it's gone. A single wrong commit has wiped out hours of work. We all have been there, that sinking feeling in our stomach, frantically scrolling through your command history, starting at the screen and thinking there has to be a better way. Our tools are supposed to help us, not be a minefield where one wrong step means disaster. The problem isn't that you made a mistake, it's that your workflow made it so easy to make one. So let's go to section 1, the what if. But what if your computer could be that safety net? What if it could automatically stop you from making those mistakes in the first place? Imagine trying to commit directly to main branch maybe, and your computer says, nope, I don't allow you. Or it at least give you some warning or confirmation message. Are you sure you want to commit this to the main branch? Or maybe you wanted to commit, or you accidentally trying to commit a file which has some to do or some marker which tells you that the work is still not completed. So it tells you or it's remind you to complete it first. This isn't some futuristic fantasy. It's a real built-in feature of the tool that you already been using every single day. This is the power of Git Hooks. If you have never heard of them, do not worry. The concept is incredibly and simple and powerful. A Git hook is just a small script that Git runs for you automatically at specific moments. Think of it like a bouncer for your code. Before you commit, before you push, before you do anything important, this bouncer runs a quick checklist that you create. If everything looks good, you are in, but if it spots a problem, it stops you there itself and tells you what's gone wrong. It is an automated, vigilant team member that never gets tired and never forgets the rules. Today we are going to set it up. So let's move to section 2, how Git hooks actually work. So how does this all work under the hood? It's way simpler than it sounds, and it is already built into every single Git repository you have. Every time you initialize the Git repo, Git creates a hidden folder named .git. This folder is the brain of your project. It stores all the history commits and branches, and inside that brain there is a special little directory called hooks. Now you probably won't see the Git folder or the .git folder in your file explorer because it is hidden by default. But in the editors like Visual Studio that at least I use, you can find it very well. You just need to go to the settings of the Visual Studio, type in and exclude, and add the pattern **.git to exclude that hidden folder to be hidden. Once you do that, it will show up on your file explorer in the Visual Studio. So in the .git folder, if you expand it, you will find bunch of folders. But the one that we are interested in today's topic is the hooks folder in the .git directory. When you expand this, you will find bunch of scripts, and the pre-commit script is the one that runs before you do anything using the Git. Like if you're trying to push something or if you're trying to commit something, This is the script that runs before that command will execute. So that is why it is called pre-commit. So in our next section, let's move on to our hands-on demo, where I can show you what we can do with the power of pre-commit hook and how it can save us time by accidentally doing something which we are not intended to do. And let's jump into that. Okay, so the theory is great. I think let's build one right now. So one of the common mistakes, especially when you are starting out, is accidentally committing code directly to the main branch or the master branch. In most of the team workflows, that's a big no. All work should happen on a separate feature branch. So let's build a hook that makes it pretty much impossible for any developer to directly check in their code to the master or the main branch. So first of all, we need to go back to the .git directory, and inside the .git directory there is a folder called hooks. Inside that hooks we need to create a file pre-commit without any extension, and the name and the case of the file name has to be exactly like this. That is how it works. So to save our time, I created a file and I created a script inside. I have written a script inside it. So let's go into the scripts. So the first line, it tells the interpreter what this file is. So it calls it a shebang. So it just tells the interpreter that this is a shell script and it needs to run the /bin/sh program. And if we scroll down, it is just a plain code where it is checking the current branch name. And if my current branch is either main or master, then it is giving me some sort of messaging, and it is exiting out with the error code as 1, which tells the Git that some error has happened. So it exits with the error code 1. And if everything is good, if my branch is not main or master, then it will go ahead and echo this green check, and it will exit out with 0, meaning no errors. So let's go ahead and test it out now. So let's say I'm on the master branch, right? Now, see, if you see here, I'm on the master branch, and let's say I added a comment, add a new comment, and I saved it. And if I add this file to my Git staging area, and if I try to comment directly, and voila, here you go. So it gives you that error message that we have written in the pre-commit, and it stops your commit there itself, that it is not allowing you to directly commit your changes to the master branch. So it is also suggesting that what we need to do. So what we need to do is, just to test this out again, we would create a new feature branch, let's say test branch, and I'm gonna add my app.js, the file that I made the changes into. And then I'm going to commit the changes, and here you go, it allow me to commit. If you already have seen how this could save you from a future headache, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. It's a small click, but it lets me know you want more practical real world developer tips like this, and it helps me and helps the channel to reach and help more people. Okay, so preventing commits to a main or the master branch is a huge lifesaver, but it's just scratching the surface. The real power here is that you can make these hooks do almost anything. You are basically building a custom checklist that runs automatically, tailored to your own project needs. For example, what if you don't want anybody to check in any code to any of the branch if there is some work in progress, or let's say some to do marker in the file? So we can do that as well. We can stop doing that as well by updating our pre-commit hook. So I have written that script for the demo purposes. So along with my earlier script, I have added another if check where it is counting my work in progress marker count WIP, and if it is more than 0, then it is exiting with exit code 1, and it is printing some warning statements on the console. So let's try it out. So I'm in my feature test branch, and let's say I have a marker as work in progress, add a new feature, and I go ahead and add my app.js, and if I'm trying to commit it, it will give me that warning message and it will stop doing the commit process, and this message is coming right from the pre-commit hook. So it tells you the power of pre-commit hook. It's just not saving the commit into the master directly. By giving this kind of custom features, you can build a very powerful safety net. Like what has to happen whenever we or whatever we want to commit, that you can control it over there. And the good thing about it is all on your local, so it will not impact any other developers as such. And obviously if it is coming in your way, you can either delete the pre-commit hook or rename it to pre-commit -disabled. So that way this hook will no longer come to your way if you want to disable it completely. So you didn't just learn a new Git trick today. You have changed Git from a passive tool that just records your work into an active safety net that protects it. You have built a personal bouncer that works for you, tirelessly checking your code to stop those common but costly mistakes before they happen. With this one simple hook, you can now code with a lot more confidence, knowing you have a system in place to catch you. Now I want to hear from you. What is the one Git mistake you have made that you wish a hook like this could have saved you from? Was it a force push that wiped out a teammate's code? Did you commit an API key? Drop your story in the comment below. I read every single one, and your experiences might just inspire other developers as well. Thanks for watching. Happy coding, and I'll see you in the next one.